ahead of the Lok Sabha election, Congress has received fresh notices from the Income Tax Department asking it to pay rupees 1,800 crores a day after the Delhi High Court dismissed the party's petition challenging the tax notices. The fresh notice is for assessment year 2017-18 to 2021 and includes penalty and interest as well. Congress has accused the government of tax terrorism before the elections. The Congress is already facing a funds crunch after income tax authorities imposed a penalty of 200 crore rupees and froze its funds. And after the notice, Rahul Gandhi issued a warning and vowed to take stern action when the government changes against those who undermine democracy. The National Democratic Alliance unveils the jibe at the Congress and says that received two more after rupees 1,800 crore income tax notice. The Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma has taken a swipe at the Congress over the income tax notice, saying the party was against welfare activities, the poor and the downtrodden if it hadn't been paying its taxes. Besides Congress, other parties that have been slapped with the notice by the Income Tax Department are the Communist Party of India, the Communist Party of India Marxist and the All India Trinamool Congress as well. Is this political vendetta? Is this coincidence? Is this protocol and proper? That is something that we will discuss over the next half an hour with our guests. Sumitra Gupta, political analyst, joins us on the show. Rajiv Pandey, BJP spokesperson, also with us on the program. Mr. Ashpreet Khadiyal, Congress spokesperson, is joining us on the platform as well. Dr. Sharat Kohli, senior economist, with us on the platform as well. Advocate Chandani Preeti Shah, political analyst and lawyer, also with us on the show. Ashpreet, I'll begin with you. Well, it's easy to say that this is political vendetta, and I can see, and I also, can empathize as to why would the Congress party and the other parties call it political vendetta, because of the timing of it all. But the courts have thrown out this particular plea and said that this is something which is related to compliance. There is no question of political vendetta. How would you plead your case, and why do you think that the Bharatiya Janata Party or the central government at this point in time wants to cripple your party so that you can't make an impact in the Lok Sabha elections?
Thank you very much for the question. First and foremost, the matter that pertains to the Congress party is of 2017 to 2018. Our accounts weren't frozen in 18, 19, 20, 2021, 2022, 2023 or in 2024. After that, this instance, we get more notices, and one of the notices pertains to 1994, 1995. My first question to the Bharatiya Janata Party is, were you sleeping for 30 years? Was the Income Tax Department sleeping for 30 years? Why was there no action? Why was there no raid? Nothing at all. And why does it all have to be just for the Lok Sabha election, number one? Number two, the Bharatiya Janata Party has a history of misusing the agencies. Basically, less and less days to go for elections. More and more freezing of accounts, arrests, raids, action would be witnessed against the India Alliance, because that is how the Bharatiya Janata Party functions. Their modus operandi is such. It's the enforcement of dictatorship that they like to do before the elections. And you can also see a pattern. Most of our leaders, most of the opposition parties are targeted just for Lok Sabha election. Second pattern is another leader of India Alliance, Mr. Kejriwal, has been arrested. His matter pertains to 2021, wasn't arrested in 21, 22, 23, but in 24. Mr. Himanta has been arrested. His matter is an old one. He has been arrested before the Lok Sabha election. Congress's matters are old. Our accounts have been frozen in 2024 before Lok Sabha election. So it's crystal clear that the timing gives it all away. It's political vendetta. It's taxing. It's terrorism taxing. And the Bharatiya Janata Party, I have this question, second question of the BJP. There has been a violation of the laws by the Bharatiya Janata Party as well. And therefore, the IT department should have ensured action of 4,600 crores against the Bharatiya Janata Party. But there has been no action. Apparently, the Bharatiya Janata Party has a washing machine through which they put leaders and, all their dark go away. Mukul Roy, Narayan Rane, Suvendu Adhikari.
Let's get a response to what you have said. Let's get a response to what you have said from Mr. Rajiv Pandey as well. Mr. Pandey, this is something which has been said by the opposition time and again, that it's a washing machine that the BJP is running. Whoever wants to join them, everything that they are charged of will be dropped. But the Congress party does not learn, they don't know better, and that is why this is how we are going to take care of them. How do you respond to these allegations?
No, first, let us discuss that tax issue because the debate is on tax. Then I will come to that washing machine allegation. The issue is that today, there are some notices were issued for the period between 1718 to 2021. Before that, a few days back, there was a matter before the High Court, Honorable Delhi High Court. In that matter, the assessment years were 1415 to 1617. 105 crores notice reassessment orders were passed. Congress party approached tribunal. Tribunal rejected their claim. Now High Court has also rejected their claim. That means you have to draw one conclusion that under the law, by the Honorable High Court has found merit in that reassessment order. Ask this question to Congress party that why they were involved in this kind of thefts of the common people's money. Issue is that after that, now another for reassessment is done for 1718 to 2021. That amount is now around 1823 crores. What I'm saying, making a press conference and threatening the officers, what Rahul Gandhi is saying today, one day BJP government will change, then we will take action. What is this nonsense? Who is Rahul Gandhi? These officers work under the provisions of law. They cannot do it at their own. And you and me, all we file income tax returns and our assessment is lodged with the income tax authorities and then reassessment is done. And if they found any foul play or some more money has to be paid or it has to be returned, the income tax authorities nowadays within few weeks, they return the money also if you have paid more, if tax deduction at source is more. So this is a pure legal issue. On the pure legal issue, Congress party is using the word tax terrorism. They are very fancy. This terrorism word is very fancy because before Narendra Bhai Modi became Prime Minister, every year Mumbai, Delhi, Bombay, Karnataka, Bengaluru, Chennai, everywhere, every year we used to get bombed by terrorists. So they are having very, about that word. So I don't want to use even that word.
All right. Okay.
So now I'm coming. So income tax issue. Let's be very, very clear. Political party or government doesn't issue notice. It is the reassessment done and the basis of the merit of the case, notices were issued. And that notice is upheld up to High Court. In my opinion, Congress, I advise, I am a practicing lawyer, they should consult some good CA, some good lawyer, go to Supreme Court, present their case, seek forgiveness for waiver of penalty and some interest. So maybe that 1823 crores, they will pay 1500 crores and get out of this mess. So that is one point. Now, the moment you start discussing Apple, they will talk about Orange. Congress party, I had advised them free of cost. What is the issue? Washing machine he is talking about. He's saying why action is being taken when the election is going on. We are not Congress party. We are not Indraji. Our party do not believe that we will break the constitution, will impose emergency, and we will arrest anybody. Due process of law is being followed.
Okay, due process is being followed. Let me rope in Dr. Sharat Kohli as well. So we have a full house. I need to take everybody in. Dr. Sharat Kohli, how do you see this situation? You are an income tax expert. There is politicization of this matter. How would you weigh into this very delicate situation? The income tax department has a mind of its own. It has its own way of working. This is obviously an uncomfortable topic, to pick up when Vendetta is concerned.
You see, at the outset, Vineet, nobody is above law. Let me clarify the law. There is a section called Section 13A in the income tax, which gives tax exemption to political parties. If you fulfill 6 conditions, one condition is you have to be, filing your return on time. Now, take for example 1718 case of the Congress. 31st October was the last date of filing, and they did not file on time. Apparently, the facts which I have on record. Then a notice was sent for an extended time that you file up to 31st December. They did not file. The return was filed in February. If you do this, so one of the 6 conditions is that you have to file your return on time. Second condition is maintain your books of accounts. Third is get an audit done. Fourth is for any receipt over 2,000, do not accept cash. And fifth condition is for all receipts which are above 20,000. you have to maintain records of the donor. And sixth condition is submit these records to the Election Commission. And any one of these conditions under section, these are the conditions mentioned in 13A. Any one of the conditions that get violated, it gives a right to the income tax to disallow the exemption which the political party enjoys, which is why, this amount is adding up to 1,823 crores, because in each year, in one of the years, for example, I know that a cash has been received where there is no record. You're not allowed to receive cash in excess of 2,000 rupees. So if you do these blemishes, just because, I'm sorry, I don't come from a political background, but what the feelers I get, just because I'm a grand old party, I can be above law, is not going to sing. Now, about the timing, which I think Ashpreet very rightly pointed out, about the timing now, why wasn't it done earlier? These cases have a time barring limit. So 31st March, it's a matter of coincidence that 31st March falls just a couple of months before the election. So in 31st of March, these cases become time barred. When they become time barred, to make it easy for viewers to understand, if income tax does not take a decision on time bar cases, income tax can never take a decision. So you end up harming yourself as far as assessment is concerned. So I think what needs to be understood is that, compliance of law cannot be a matter of tax terrorism. This means all the people who comply with law in the country, I'm also a taxpayer. And tomorrow, while filing the return, I put a sticker on my return. Hi, this is tax terrorism on me. I can't do, nobody is above law. And I think Congress has to understand that if they were doing this on time, if they were doing it as per the provisions of Income Tax Act 1961, these notices would not have come as far as BJP is concerned. Now, it is quite possible, I'm sure Ashpreet will not agree with me, it is quite possible there might have been some demands on BJP also. But they haven't gone to the press. You've gone to the press, you held a press conference, so the whole world knows that you've been sent notices. If these notices were simply discussed in the office, probably we would have been dealing between us and the Income Tax Department. There are levels of appeal. There is the first appeal goes to CIT appeal, then is the tribunal, then is the High Court. So I think by questioning these notices and penalties, what Congress should realize, they also question the legal process. This means you don't trust the legal process which is there. And then there is Supreme Court.
But they keep alleging, Dr. Kohli, that agencies are being misused. This is not the first time.
No, agencies are being misused in what? If you've done violations and these violations are coming on the surface, then violations have to be dealt with. If anybody, any citizen of the country doing
all right, let's get a response from Sumitra Gupta ji as well. Sumitra ji, it's a question of law. It's a question of propriety. It's a question of compliance. Do you think the Congress party is politicizing it? But of course, on the other hand, they also say, why the timing so crucial?
Yeah, good evening, Vineet. So I particularly think that the narrative which the Congress party is trying to set, that they are getting victimized, is completely going in the wrong way. They are on the back foot. Because like Mr. Kohli also explained and one other speaker before me spoke, there are certain provisions under the law which they have to adhere to. Whether you are a political party or an individual or a corporate, there is a process under which these notices come. And like somebody said, like Mr. Ashpreet said, why the accounts are frozen now. So I just want to say it's now because there has been the time which has come now to freeze the accounts. You cannot freeze or put a lien on the accounts on day one when the notice has been sent to you. So if you expect that if the income tax officer in the first summons only or during when the first notice has been sent, he will freeze the accounts, then that is not how it works. There is a proper process. There are levels through which all these appeals have to go through. So basically, I do not support this stand of Congress where they are saying that they have been victimized specifically by the IT department, because you have to remember here that the Income Tax Appellate Tribunal is a quasi-judicial body. They have approached there, they have reached the High Court, and the High Court have also made some comments about this, that there has been some lapses there and they need to go back to the tribunal. And now the matter is also in the Supreme Court. So if they are saying that they have not got got a chance to get heard in the courts of law, then that is also not true. So why are they spreading such kind of narrative? Because the Congress is trying to play the victim card and they are expecting people to support them for these things. See, I remember that there was a time, where there were some NGOs or who were getting a lot of funds from foreign agencies or foreign sources, and they were not filing their returns. So the government also had a crackdown that time. So this is a similar case where I think certain parties felt that it's okay to just be a large party and move around with all this money without declaring it in time or filing the returns, and nothing is going to happen. So I think
all right. So what you're also saying, and before I go to Chandani, I'm going to in fact bring in Ashpreet Khadial once again, because on the House it's 4:1. So obviously I want Ashpreet to come in now. Ashpreet, do you think that this is also leading up to the belief that the opposition for you, which is the NDA, is thinking that you're trying to bank on some victim mentality rather than secure votes on the work or on the reputation that you've had for the past few decades?
Thank you very much for the question. See, first and foremost, it is the Bharatiya Janata Party that is trying to make this election, basically trying to render the principal opposition of the country incapable of contesting the election. The simple reason behind that is the Bharatiya Janata Party has no work to show in the last 10 years. Their lakeer is already too short. So instead of, enlarging their own lakeer, they're trying to mitigate the lakeer of the opposition for all the work that they have done in the past and for all the vision that they have. My simple question to the Bharatiya Janata Party is, which has not been answered yet, why a delay of 30 years? Second question is that the stats give it all away. 95% of the cases registered by the ED and the CBI are against opposition parties, and the conviction rate has been diminishing time and time again. Number three, the Bharatiya Janata Party said, the Honorable High Court has dismissed your case. I want to tell them one thing. This happened multiple times. I'll give an example of Rahul Gandhi ji's case. When his conviction was not stayed by the Honorable Sessions Court and then the High Court, we got relief from the Honorable Supreme Court. So that's happened before. A couple of times it will happen again. We are very optimistic because, I practice as well as a lawyer in the Honorable High Court and the Supreme Court. So I'll tell you what, delays are very, very important in respect of a case. I have personally seen delays of days, weeks, months, but I've never seen it of years. And if there is a delay of 30 years and so many years, the case doesn't stand a chance, and we are very optimistic. Number three, the gentleman saying that, Mr. Gandhi threatened or something. This is again a figment of the Bharatiya Janata Party's imagination. They want to tweak it. Mr. Gandhi simply said this thing, that if anyone does a wrong, no matter how powerful they are, no matter if it's an agency or if it's the government, whoever does a wrong is subject to accountability, and their accountability shall be fixed. That's it. There's nothing wrong with that. On the other hand, the Bharatiya Janata Party should answer this one question. We are being targeted for no rhyme or reason. However, the electoral bonds information that has come out, 84 companies that gave donations to the Bharatiya Janata Party were first raided, then the donations came. So 84 coincidences, no summons, no raid, no action. 24 companies, let's say, get a project today. After a couple of days, a couple of weeks.
Okay, almost out of time. Let me quickly just rope in Chandani as well and get her reactions on this as well. Chandani, of course, you've heard it from Ashpreet. It seems that what the Congress is pleading at this point in time is political victimization, political vendetta.
All right. So, Vinny, please allow me some time because, I'll explain everything. I'll also answer to Ashpreet. See, the Congress's portrayal of this income tax department's action as, it's a sudden vendetta, and it's not just misleading, but it is factually incorrect also. Like, let me show you how. Every political party is bound to file income tax returns. Like, that is by law. Now, there are separate instances where Congress have failed to adhere to this law. And it dates back to 1994. The red flags were raised in 1997 itself. I'm sure Modi did not have anything to do with that time. And I'm so amazed Mr. Ashpreet here sits in a panel to debate without any knowledge about what's happening around his own party. I mean, he even talked about Kejriwal's arrest, pinning that to on BJP, forgetting it was the Congress who filed the complaint against Aam Aadmi Party to investigate a multi-crore scam. Anyways, let's get back to the tax matter. So Congress files returns and asks for exemption under Section 13A of the IT Act, which is fair enough. The assessment officer in 1996 asked to submit the audits for the same, which they failed to provide. And hence the IT department held that the Congress needs to, file for the entire amount without exemption. Congress went to every possible tribunal, CITA, ITAT, and got rejected. So much so that even the High Court ruled in the favor of IT department in 2006 and again 2016 and against the Congress. And this I'm talking about 1994 case. So it's not like BJP took 30 years, IT department took 30 years. It's just going on from 97. Till 2016, it was going on. Now, for those people who are saying that, the timing of these actions are worrisome, let me tell that Congress appealed against this order after 2 years in 2018 and have kept seeking, adjournments. So they delayed it, not the IT department. Coming to the 2014 to 2021 ka era, the incriminating evidences that have been discovered during searches across various states paint a very troubling picture, for the Congress party, because there have been they have established that there were cash donations and transactions. The reassessment proceedings for these 7 years highlight potential contraventions of tax exemptions under Section 13A. Now, Mega Engineering and B. Kamalnath, they gave cash receipts to Congress and Congress has accepted it. The total cash receipts spread over these years was up to the extent of some 600 plus crores. Now, while these cash receipts from Mega Engineering were for contracts awarded, the cash from Kamalnath...
all right, Chandani, you'll have to wrap it up there. We've run out of time, but this is obviously a debate that will continue for a few more weeks. This is something which has formed the discourse of the arguments between the opposition and the ruling government.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.